Right, without doubt, one of the questions I get asked the most on social media is how do I prepare my pellets? When I say my pellets, I'm talking 2 mil pellets for method feeder or hybrid feeder work. Now, the first thing to think about is what type of pellets. It will come as no surprise to anyone watching this to know that I'm a big fan of the 2 mil Ringers Method Micros, as you can see there. What I like about them is they're a blend of 2 different pellets. One is designed to soak up water. One's designed to give you that stick that you need to obviously keep the pellets around the feeder. So it's very much the best of both worlds. Preparation wise, a couple of things you need. Bake strainer, that's the largest of the 2 Guru versions, and a 3-pint tub to fit it in, 3-pint bake tub. So all I do, tip out your pellets like so. Bear in mind, they're going to increase in volume. You know, I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one who soaks far too many pellets and ends up throwing them away at the end of the day. So be careful how many you soak. They will, I reckon they increase at least a third, if not half again, in volume. So pellets in the tub, in the strainer, as you can see there. Got a bucket full of water here. I'm literally going to cover them in water. So they're totally submerged. I'm not doing it so they're like, the water's flat with them. You probably can't quite see without me taking some water out, but they're totally flooded. Take my word for it. Water's covering them by a couple of centimetres, and I'm going to leave them for a minute. A minute to me is a really safe time. I could go a little bit longer, could go a little bit shorter, but a minute's safe. I might have to tweak them a little bit when I get to my peg. That's another word. I tend to do this first, as soon as I get to my peg, or if I know I'm going to need them, I do it before I leave home. I'm happy to use tap water. It's not something that really worries me. I know a lot of people are like paranoid. I need lake water. I'll get some water from the lake. I'm quite happy to use tap water. I don't think it has any effect. But cover them for a minute. I like to give them a bit of a stir. We've got about another 35 seconds. Important just to give them a bit of circulation, just to make sure they all get covered. So as I said, 1 minute for me, that's nice safe time, can't go wrong. Just coming up to that time now. Another little tip I will give you is, preparation varies a little bit from pellet to pellet. So if you find a batch of pellets you really like, whether it be Ringers or another brand, buy a few bags at once, then you'll know that your preparation's always going to be exactly the same, because pellets do vary that little bit. Right, that's basically the minute. And all I do, if you can see here, lift the strainer so you can see the water dripping out like so they're fully drained. I'm going to put that water back in the bucket, and I've got a big bowl by the side of me. Literally tip them into the bowl like so. The reason I tip them out of the strainer, you can leave them in the strainer, but if you've got time, and for me, if you want perfect pellets, I like to take them out of the strainer, put them in there so they're not crushing themselves. The mistake I feel a lot of people make is they leave their pellets in a 3-pint tub while they set their kit up or whatever. The ones at the bottom get crushed. I'm sure you've all noticed it, whereas the ones at the top are a little bit dry, the ones at the bottom are crushed. I much prefer to tip them out into a bowl with a nice wide surface area, and just like every 5 minutes, just give them a stir. You can see there, if I just bend forward a little bit, they're still glistening with water. So, you know, what I'd say is, about half an hour, they will be ready to go. On the subject of ready to go, in good old Blue Peter fashion, here's some that I prepared earlier. These have been soaked 30 minutes. As you can see, I can mould them nice and hard in my hand, and they just crumble up. Perfect to go. They're going to break down nice and fast in water. But equally, they're still going to get to the bottom. So I've got plenty of stick, but at the same time, once that water starts attacking the pellets, they're still going to break down. If I want to give the pellets a little bit of an edge, then what I'll add to them is a little bit of boilie crush. The way I add this is basically, guidelines say on the tub, 2 caps per pint. Roughly, I soaked just over a pint, so I'm going to go 1, slightly heat the caps, as you can see there, 1, 2, and then a half. And then literally just mix it in like so. Another little tip I'll give you, when you are fishing like a hybrid or method, always have a tub of water by the side of me. There's 2 reasons for that. The first one is so I can test my hook baits. If I'm fishing wafters, I just want to check they're sitting right, hook down, hook flat, wafter up. But if I'm fishing, obviously the hybrid or method, also I want to keep tweaking my pellets. I'll have a tub of water by the side of me, and I'll literally keep dipping my hand in the water, just stirring the pellets, keeping them nice and damp. If the pellets dry out, they just don't seem to be as effective. So it's important, tub of water by the side of you, keep dipping that hand, or even an atomizer, and just keep running it through the pellets so they stay damp and they stay at their best. As you can see, I've added the crush, just mixing it in thoroughly. And you can see there, if I come forward a little bit, the little yellow bits. Basically that adds a bit of flavour and a bit of extra colour. You don't have to use yellow. What I would say, if the water's clear, or if I'm targeting bream, etc., I think yellow's a really, really good colour. But if the water was coloured, I might go for like a pink, etc. It's personal preference and it's confidence. You don't have to put this sort of thing in. Pellets have got loads and loads of attraction on their own. But if you're looking for an edge, then something like that might just give you it. So that's got my guide to pellets. Little recap. Put the pellets obviously in the strainer, soak for 60 seconds, drain, then put into the big tub like so. Give them a stir, probably they take about half an hour to be ready. So I'd probably give them 3 stirs in half an hour, just to stop the ones at the bottom becoming crushed and almost like a paste-like consistency. Then after half an hour, you can add your boiling crumb and you're ready to go. So there you have it, pellets made simple.